Another week in the postseason of Big Brother 24. Gonna talk about some of the latest newsworthy stuff from this cast, as well as the fan base continuing to be their annoying selves on Twitter, mostly social media in general, but especially Twitter. That's where this season continues to live on. Taylor and Joseph finally went home. Only for a few days, though. I'm sure they'll be back together. They have some events coming up in Canada. But, I just get tired of watching people from this show try and get clout off of each other. That's all that's really been happening since postseason started, is people trying to get clout off of Taylor. The biggest one has, to me, been Indy, who is trying to always get clout off of Taylor. Indy apologizing and all of this. And, I talked about it during the season and Taylor being too nice, and Taylor now basically forgiving most of the women, not all. Her and Alyssa have some problems still. I don't think they are on speaking terms. But I feel like Taylor has forgiven almost everyone except Alyssa and Paloma when it comes to the women. I think I said this in the comments. I don't know if I ever said this on video, but I do believe Nicole, out of everyone, is actually sorry for the way she acted in this game. And even at the beginning, I don't feel like Nicole was anti-Taylor until the end of that first HOH week. Also in the postseason, Nicole has dropped Daniel. In general, they are not friends. So I think Nicole actually feels bad about the way she acted in the game. And I believe Nicole 100%. She's not on social media trying to get clout. She's not on social media at all. So that's why I think she's been genuine with Taylor, and Taylor has forgiven her. And Taylor's had talks with the other women. So I guess on a personal level, I guess she believes them that they're sorry and that they can be friends. But Indy and Jasmine are the fakest of the bunch to me when it comes to getting this clout from Taylor. And another thing that kind of irks me with Taylor forgiving the girls so easily is that the shit in the house would have never spiraled out of control without the women getting that ball rolling when it came to the way Taylor was treated. We talked about this at the beginning of the season. All of the jealousy towards Taylor was because of the women, and it spiraled out of control from there thanks to Paloma going around talking all this shit. So I do think Taylor probably was a little too easy on someone like Jasmine, especially. Jasmine was one of the grossest people in the house when it came to talking about Taylor. And Terrence came out in an interview talking about this, theory of his about why the jury actually voted for Taylor, and that's because of the exit interviews. Terrence is saying he got so many questions about Taylor that he felt like he needed to vote for Taylor to try and save face, I guess, was basically the gist of that conversation. That, from what I saw, but I only saw some clips. And then Jasmine comes out trying to call Terrence a liar, and that's not the reason why she voted for Taylor, saying Taylor for president and stuff. Jasmine going overboard with her clout chasing, trying to get forgiveness off of Taylor. I just hate the fake shit. Anybody that's watched any of my videos should know this year, if you've watched any of my videos, should know that I hate fake shit. I can't be fake, and I don't like when everyone else is acting fake like this. It's so clear as day to me. This happens every season with Big Brother. Everyone tries to either get clout on the most popular player from their season or popular players from last season. And now we're seeing this season that they're trying to get that clout from Taylor. It's Taylor's prerogative to forgive them. But I cannot sit here and act like it's not fake coming from Indy and Jasmine. Do I think Indy feels bad about the way she acted in the house? I think she only feels bad because Indy came into the season just wanting to be popular on social media. She's a fan of Big Brother Brazil, and players in Big Brother Brazil get very popular on social media. It's like Love Island is for the UK and the US. You get thousands upon thousands of followers on Instagram and Twitter thanks to Big Brother Brazil. So Indy was hoping that would happen to her coming into BBUS, not knowing that BBUS actually isn't that. I mean, it's weird because Big Brother is actually huge on social media, but I don't feel like players get a lot of followers from it. In fact, Love Island USA players get far more of a following on Instagram than most BBUS players even get close to. I don't know why that's the reason. or the reason for that, but that is something that happens. So I think Indy sees this as an opportunity to make people like her more, basically, is what I get from Indy. I don't think she's doing this because she actually wants Taylor's forgiveness and because she actually likes Taylor. Sorry, I don't buy it. I think Indy just wants to be popular on social media. And now Jasmine jumping on that kind of stuff as well, trying to fix her image off of Taylor as well. They both continue to get thumbs down in my book. But yeah, Taylor not talking to Alyssa. Also, Kyle's mom basically banned Alyssa from seeing Kyle, so we've already speculated on this for weeks now that that relationship is going nowhere. Kyle continues to want to be controlled by his Mormon mother and wondering why he is the way he is and why he's so sheltered. Let's get to the other big hoopla on social media. Tiffany had an interview with Joseph, and everybody was acting like it was the end of the world. And like I said last time, and like I've been saying since BB23, I'm not a fan of Tiffany's. I think she got on my nerves during her season, and I hated the way she treated Azah. But the way the fans are acting with this interview between Tiffany and Joseph really got on my nerves. Joseph's stans are getting on my nerves. And ironically, that was another reason why Tiffany got on my nerves, because last season, the stan base, the fan base of Big Brother was all up Tiffany's behind because of, yeah, she was the most popular person from that season. And she could do no wrong in their eyes, and that got on my nerves. And now I feel like it's the same with Joseph. But people are getting mad at Tiffany because she kind of had a few hard-hitting questions for Joseph. They weren't even that hard-hitting questions, if we're being real. But they got all up in arms about Tiffany's interview with Joseph because Tiffany didn't go hard on Monty. Like I've been talking about for the past few weeks, the fan base going extra hard on Monty. They're upset that Tiffany didn't join in on that. But then they get upset at Tiffany for giving a few hard questions to Joseph that weren't even that hard in the first place. And much like I said last week as well, the fan base is acting like the Big Brother 24 cast. People are saying it's the tone in Tiffany's interview with Joseph compared to the tone with Monty. I mean, as a fan base, you were all trying to group in the black woman for having this aggressive voice, I guess, her aggressive tone in the interview with Joseph, which actually wasn't even the case. The interview was fine. Tiffany was just trying to really explain herself with her line of questioning. But of course, everybody jumps on it and just becomes the Big Brother 24 cast when it comes to Tiffany, with microaggressions, quite frankly. I don't know. The stands in this fan base just want to sound dumb at all times. They want to all have this group think. I don't even think people that jumped on Tiffany on Twitter even actually listened to the interview because it wasn't that bad at all. Plus, Joseph deserves to be called out a little more than he's actually getting called out, because Joseph is having some revisionist history when it comes to his game in these interviews. Joseph, in a lot of his interviews that I've caught clips of, is telling lies about some of his game, trying to make it seem like he was more pro-Taylor the entire game than he actually was. Now, don't get me wrong, I've stated this before and I'll say it again, Joseph did a lot for Taylor in this game, but can we stop acting like Joseph was not playing his own game this entire time? That's the reason I praised this game in the first place this season. I was very high on Joseph's game. Out of everybody, I think I was highest on Joseph if you go back and watch some of my videos from the season. And now his stands are being so annoying that I have to get on here and talk shit about him now. And I don't really mind doing that because he kind of deserves it when he's telling little lies to make himself seem better with Taylor, to get more clout off of Taylor, similar to that of Indy and Jasmine. But yeah, Joseph going on trying to act like he was just so pro-Taylor and all of his decisions were also pro-Taylor is a lie. Joseph was playing both sides of the house for Joseph's game. And that's fine. Joseph was playing his own game. He also helped Taylor a lot in this game when he needed to. But, like I said last time, he keeps trying to be this bigger white knight than he actually was with Taylor. The clout chasing. I get tired of it. I can't end this video without talking a little shit about Brittany, right? Because I had a puke in my mouth this week looking at some of her tweets on Twitter that were popping up. First, she lies in a tweet about Joseph, saying, "I remember feeling so alone that first week in backstage. I had no idea America was keeping me safe. Most people in the house assumed I'd be gone, but Joseph was one of the few who I felt I could let down my defenses with." Yeah, and then what did Brittany do after Dire Fest? Talk nothing but non-stop shit about Joseph, with all the lies, all of these lies about Joseph to Taylor, that it wasn't game because it didn't help. Joseph was out of the house. Joseph was gone. Joseph was evicted. So Brittany continuing to lie to Joseph to Taylor made zero sense game-wise. It was like she was just trying to make Taylor as miserable as she is as a human being. Brittany's a miserable bitch. But now, of course, this is Brittany trying to get clout off of Joseph because Joseph is also popular because Joseph's getting clout off of Taylor. Just like it's like the train of clout. Who's getting clout off of who on Twitter? Another tweet popped up saying, when my husband told me once we were reunited after finale night, I was like, are you kidding me? All season I was stumped why America hadn't voted on something, but actually they had. And it was me. Mind blown. I can't stand this gross person that is Brittany. And I can't stand that nobody continues to hold her responsible. People are getting upset at Tiffany for an interview with Joseph, but Brittany spent all that time lying on Joseph's name for not even game reasons, just to make Taylor feel bad or to cause personal dissension between Taylor and Joseph. But why aren't people jumping on Brittany enough? You're not jumping on Brittany enough for my liking. And also, I don't know why she's so happy that America voted or something on the first week. That was before we all watched enough feeds of you being the annoying thing that you are for the next 2.5 months, spiraling every day. Anyway, that's all for my update on the Big Brother 24 postseason. For now,